At a recent conference over in the United Kingdom in Wales, an American college professor by the name of Sarah Churchwell was on a panel with a couple other authors and a political podcaster. And during her time on that panel, Mrs. Churchwell decided to go ahead and let everybody across the pond know how dangerous Donald Trump is. And it's really interesting what happened. Okay, one of the other panelists, author by the name of Lionel Shriver, and Shriver said that she finds herself in, quote, a stage of total paralysis because my levels of hatred on both sides for Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Biden are just through the roof. And it was Shriver's comments that caused Churchwell to really kind of get irked. And I understand that a lot. Because when you have these people out there that are like, well, there's no difference between Trump and Biden, that sets me off too. And Churchwell went on an absolutely glorious tirade about statements like that. Here is what she said. Trump is criminally insane, and it makes me feel insane that we are having a debate about whether this man should be leader of the United States. It is so clearly delusional. It's deeply worrying and frightening that people say, I can't decide between them, but on balance, I think I'd vote Trump because Biden is worse. What are you talking about? Trump literally said 2 weeks ago that Hannibal Lecter was a great guy. And he said wind turbines are wiping out the whale population. His brain is rotting in front of us. And then you have people saying that Biden is senile. No, he's not senile. You may disagree with his policies, but Biden is not senile. It's ludicrous. Donald Trump has announced he will be a dictator, that he will suspend the Constitution, that he will deport 10 million people. He wants to suspend American democracy. It is true and it is real. And the idea that there's an equivalence between that and Joe Biden is frankly an appalling thing to say or to think. It is dangerous and it is wrong. Mic drop, right? That is a hell of a statement. Like, I'm jealous that she said that because I wish I had said that because I think it's beautiful. And I think it is a wonderful response to all the people out there who say that, well, there's no difference between the two. There's no difference between Democrats and Republicans, right? We have heard that for so many years now, and it is sickening. There are issues. I'll give you that. There are issues where there's not a ton of daylight between the two parties. And I think foreign policy, unfortunately, is one of those issues where Republicans and Democrats, they're very close to being on the same path. But when it comes to domestic policy, there is no comparison. When it comes to climate policy, there is no comparison. When it comes to science, there is no comparison. When it comes to basic humanity, there is no comparison. Democrats are better by leaps and bounds. Are they perfect? No, hell no, they're not perfect. But you can't sit there waiting on perfection. Because what happens while you're waiting on perfection and you refuse to vote because there's no difference between them and, oh, my person didn't win, I'm not going to do this anymore. While you're throwing your little friggin' temper tantrums out there, what happens? You don't vote. So the other side that is measurably worse starts winning more elections. They start taking over more states. And they start passing book bans. They start passing transgender athlete bans. They start banning transition care. They make abortions illegal. All while you're sitting there and saying, well, the Democrats weren't perfect, so I didn't vote for them. How does that make you feel? Hillary Clinton was not perfect in 2016. In fact, I downright didn't like her. Still don't. I voted for her because I knew what was on the other side. Biden, he wasn't my choice in 2020. Just like in 2016, I was a huge Bernie Sanders supporter. Still am. Still would have loved to see him there. Elizabeth Warren was my second choice in 2020. But when it came down to that ballot that November, I walked right into that polling station without hesitation and voted for President Biden. Okay? And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the vote for Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to march into that polling station this year, and I'm damn sure going to vote for Biden and Harris once again. Because they are not perfect. And I'm not expecting perfection from them. But what I am expecting is doom and horrible things happening, people being stripped of their rights if that other side wins. And let me make this clear. My rights, I'm a heterosexual white guy. Middle income, normal guy. I do this for a living. If Trump wins, trust me, that's infinite content. Like, that would be better for me. And I'm still going to vote against that because even though my livelihood is not at stake, even though my freedoms are not at stake yet, I don't want to take that away from other people. I don't want other people to suffer. So I am able, like Churchwell says, to make that distinction that, yeah, they're not perfect, but they're also not terrifying. And the other side is. That's why I love this statement she gave. I wish I had given that statement, but I will remember what she said, and you better believe I will be using that in the months to come because it's freaking brilliant. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.